Yo, what's up? You are now watching the Rap Pack. I am your host, the Marine Rapper, and we are here with
Analog Lust.
Analog Lust is definitely on the train. Yo, what is up? How you doing? What is Analog Lust about?
Analog Lust, formerly my name was Lady Lust, but Analog Lust is a name that I've taken on just with maturity and just with growing with my music and evolving as a person. I just took on that name. I've been producing a lot more. I've been creating my own sound, creating sounds, growing. I'm in music production school, so it's just been evolving of who I am as an artist and as a person.
That's awesome. That's dope. I see you got your Analog Dope gear here. What's up with that? Can you tell me about that?
Most definitely. Analog Dope is just a concept that I took, from the name. It's just a vibe, man. It's just pretty much just taking that classic vibe sound, that frequency that we all grew up on, that we all remember listening to music on, and taking that to the next level and combining it with the digital world today.
What kind of concepts and kind of things you talk about in your music?
I speak from my heart and my soul. Whatever is on my mind, whatever I've been through, whatever I'm going through at the time, I just like to visually put it in my music. Make it as visual as possible through the words and through the music. That's what I've always done ever since a kid, from writing poetry to just creating sounds. I've always just tried to take the environment and the world around me and just create something that other people can see. Even though they're listening to it, they can kind of get a glimpse into their head, what's going on in my head. I'm just, looking at the culture as a whole. We have a lot going on with people trying to, take from the culture. There's a lot of culture vultures. There's a lot of people building on the culture. And one thing that's important to me is independency. I see a lot of artists being independent, and I love seeing that. I'm learning how to be more independent and self-sufficient in everything that I do, which comes with production, the business mindset, that part of it. And so that's what I'm focused on, and that's the education that I want to put out to other artists as well.
Are there any kind of subjects or topics that you want to put out to educate people that are near and dear to your heart?
I mean, first of all, as an artist, a lot of us are artists, and we really don't know how to put our music out and also get paid from our music. That's one thing, just being independent and knowing if you really want to do this and you want to take it seriously as a business, take it seriously, learn your craft, hone your craft. Also, in hip-hop, there's a lot of labeling and there's a lot of separation. I want to get back to the unity. I want to get back to where we all came together as artists and we did songs together, and it didn't matter, that you were a woman, you were this, you were that. It didn't matter what you were. Nobody even questioned or looked at it. You were dope. And if you were dope, that's all that mattered. And I really want to get back to that in hip-hop and not get so much into labeling and putting each other in boxes.
Is that why you're such a big advocate for LGBT rights as well as women rights as well, and the whole being an MC first other than anything else? Is that why?
Most definitely. When it comes to my art, I'm definitely an artist first. As an individual, I'm a human being, I'm a woman, I'm black, and yes, I am a lesbian. I don't want my art to be labeled as such. I don't want my art to be labeled as lesbian rap or LGBT rap. I definitely represent that community, but I don't want my artist to just be placed in a box as that and only be that. I'm an artist, I'm creative, so I have so much to offer to just the world in general. So there's no box that you could put me in for that.
Awesome. Why is that so important that you don't want to be put in a box, and what do you have to offer the world? There's people out there that are like, hey, we've heard rappers say this and that, but what could you possibly say new to the generation to let them know what's going on in the hip-hop culture?
Well, I mean, I think for me as an artist, I understand being a human and the emotions that we feel, and that we all share this general emotion of wanting to be loved and wanting to be understood. I think some of us hide that as artists. We hide that, we cover that up in, club songs and, rapping about drugs and being drunk and just whatever, people talk about, and don't really get to the core of who we are. I think a lot of the great artists really got to the core of who they were, and that's why we could relate to them as artists, because we felt something, that they were vulnerable. There was a vulnerability. And I think we've lost that, like with a lot of artists today. We don't hear the vulnerable side. We don't hear them really being honest, with what's going on with them. And I think for me, I'm not afraid to do that. It's a frightening thing sometimes. It's scary to put yourself out there and for people to wonder like, oh, is that what she's going through? Is that what she's feeling? Is that's a dark song? Is she dark? That's what is it? It's a vulnerability, but it's a risk that I think that we are willing to take as artists, and that's the platform that we put ourselves on. God gave me a gift, so I have to utilize it, I feel, and respect that gift and share it with the world.
So speaking of gifts that you want to share with the world, can we get a little preview, a little taste of something you can share with the world?
Of course.
All right, here you go. Take the mic. Show them what you got.
Now arriving Hollywood
Yo.
Island Station. Exit here.
Something's kind of been on my mind, and I said, if Miss Tubman was put on a 20, would you rethink about how you spend your money? I wonder. Would you change shit up? Would your love turn lust? Would you lose your trust and faith in us from a grain of dust? That's all we had, nigga. Would you pop that roof? Would your pain go poof? Would your brain go loose? Could you screw that truth and bought that lie? Married that greed? It's all bad, nigga. I'ma plant that seed and feed my village with knowledge of self and truth. Where they lust for the piece of the root, where the evil is root. I'ma be that light, I'ma be that proof. My whole team. But cash rules everything if you let it your self-esteem. But all I know is I like seeing dead people. But if I move with them ghosts, will it pledge evil? Even the preacher asking for it for the new steeple. So we push like the dope in the new needle. It's all kush till the kush don't get you high. It's all good till your check don't get you by. It's all hood till them niggas ain't by your side. And you eating top ramen just to stay alive. You want a further education, but you can't afford it. You can't afford to have a baby, so you just abort it. You can't abort all your problems, so you just ignore it. You can't ignore it, so your whole shit get distorted. You see a bottle of the Henny and you start to pour it. Everything you think you're running from, you start to lure it. Then you hear a song relating to your whole story. But you don't hear it because you waiting for a fucking chorus. But it don't ever come like a mule in the acres over ages. We just turn that page. Turn the chains and the whips and the chains and the whips. Clock in, nigga, modern day slave. Don't believe what I say, don't believe what I say. Break it down, man, look at your wage. Never been off the block, never been out the town. Always been broke in a cage. But you can't get free and the freedom ain't cheap. So you earn your keep just to breathe. Because you ain't got none. Everybody with some money seem like they all in on the scheme. So you point that finger but not at self. Everybody is to blame, it seems. That cash rules everything. Even my self-esteem.
Wow. Analog dope. Hey, we got other people in the train. This lady needs to come through. This is live. That's your proof right there. No, don't be sorry. You just in the middle of a live show. That's all. That's all. That's what happened. See, that's your proof that was live. That's crazy. That's bananas. Wow. Thank you for blessing us with that. Bars. Yo, you need to rewind that. You need to rewind that to go listen to what she really said. That was real hip hop. That's real hip hop culture. And I just thank you for keeping that hip hop culture alive. I want to know where the people out there can actually find you, find your music. What kind of links you got? How can they find you?
You can find me on Bandcamp, SoundCloud. It's all Ask About Analog. Everything is Ask About Analog across the board. SoundCloud, Bandcamp, askaboutanalog.com, Instagram, and Facebook. Ask About Analog.
So you got anything else to tell the people? Anything else to add? You said a lot of stuff right there. I was like, wow. I just want to tell hip hop cats, let's keep the culture alive. Let's stay creative. Let's formulate words that people can understand. Let's say something again. Let's have unity back in our music and back in our hip hop. Let's proclaim what's ours. That was well said. So Analog Lust. Guess what?
Rat Pack, baby.
Rat Pack is right, and you've been hacked. Thank you. I appreciate it.